Hello everyone, welcome to Morning Market Call. With me today is Taylor McKay from BYU's amazing accounting school. Top 5, isn't it?
It is.
Awesome. Today we're going to talk a little bit about social entrepreneurship. And with me, Taylor, entrepreneurship, it sounds like a French word, is it?
It is. Entrepreneur is, it comes from the word or the meaning one who undertakes. So social entrepreneurship is somebody who undertakes to solve a social problem, being poverty or social inequity, educational inequity, health issues, those kinds of things. An entrepreneur who uses a social lens to solve problems.
Great. Okay. And what are some examples of social entrepreneurship?
Sure. I think the most common example or the most well-known example would be that of microfinance, or the process of loaning small amounts of money to people who previously didn't have access to financial services. But the social entrepreneurship space is much more broad than that. It can really include a variety of products and services. One example could be LED lighting, solar lighting for sub-Saharan African college students to extend their study day, or perhaps locally manufactured sanitary pads for feminine hygiene. So, the range of products and services is quite broad, but a social entrepreneur is somebody who is, again, tackling a social problem, looking through the world through a social lens.
Wow, that's really interesting. And what experience do you have with social entrepreneurship?
Sure. Actually, on BYU campus right now, there's a really interesting club called Students for Social Entrepreneurship. Any student who is interested, I would highly recommend getting involved with that. I'm leading a team of interns, on-campus interns, with the club, interning for a company called Vision Spring. We're doing a research project for them, doing some research on their market, on the bottom of the pyramid market, and in the next couple of weeks we're going to be making some suggestions as to how Vision Spring can expand. It's been a fun project.
Wow, that's fantastic. So if I'm a student out there watching this show and I'm saying, wow, I would love to be involved in more French worded sounded projects, how exactly would I prepare to get involved?
Yeah, well, I think probably the most important thing, or one of the most important things for social entrepreneurs is to be passionate. The world needs people who are willing to come alive, people who are willing to kind of test the status quo and not take no for an answer. So if you're passionate about this, then I would get involved. BYU has several classes on campus on social entrepreneurship and international development that I would highly recommend. And then the club, Students for Social Entrepreneurship, would be a great place to start.
Okay, that's really interesting. And how important do you think social entrepreneurship is today?
Well, personally, I think it's super important. There's been a lot of work done in the past to address social problems, but unfortunately, it seems at times that things are getting worse. There's a lot of problems in the world today. And so social entrepreneurship is kind of a new, innovative way of solving these issues. We need people that think outside the box, companies who are willing to do new things and tackle new issues. And I think the need has never been greater.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, we'd like to thank you very much, Taylor, for coming on the show today. And more importantly, for any of you students out there who are interested in French-sounding words, feminine hygiene project, or LED lights for students in Africa, by all means, get involved in social entrepreneurship. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.
The Morning Market Call is a production of the Marriott School of Management at Brigham Young University and is made possible by generous donations from Larry Kashjan and Gary Williams. This webcast was produced by Greg Lee, Tim Hart, Julie Kellett, and Jonathan Marucci.